are returning, and hello to those of you who are new here. My name is Emma. I run this YouTube channel as well as the Instagram and written blog Tea and God. And today's video is going to be a homemaking vlog that will be consisting of canning some blackberry jam, which I will leave a recipe for either in the video or in the description, haven't quite decided, as well as some zucchini bread, some regular sandwich bread, and then I will also most likely be doing a fall TBR or just fall book recommendations in this video. So I figured that while I shred the zucchini, it would be a good time to do a little, just sharing some thoughts, I guess. But this week I've been reading, or I guess the past couple of weeks I've been reading Ecclesiastes. And I know that I've already done a series on Ecclesiastes. But this time around I've really noticed that the thing that's sticking out to me is the fact that we're supposed to have joy in the work that we're doing and to just work with joyful hearts, and that that's kind of all that we can do. If worrying about the future and doing as much as you can to prepare for the future, that's all fine and good, but that isn't going to automatically mean that your future is going to be easy or that all of your future plans are going to work out, because none of us really know what the future holds, and worrying about tomorrow isn't going to fix tomorrow's problems. It's just going to make your day today miserable, and so all we can really do is focus on the tasks at hand. And I don't know, that has been where I have been at lately, is just needing to recognize that yeah, you know what, we are probably going towards a recession and probably going towards a season of potential food scarcity, and there's a lot of unknowns in the near future, and there's a lot of unknowns for the future of our nation in the US, because this administration is just not fantastic, to say the least. But just recognizing that my fretting and my trying to prep for the future, sure, prepping isn't necessarily a bad thing, but that's not going to guarantee that everything's going to work out, and that's okay. And the only way to have peace about the future is to just put it at God's feet and recognize that all of our striving is ultimately meaningless, because we're not going to be here forever, and this ultimately is not our home. And all that I can do is spend each day enjoying the toil that I have ahead of me and doing my best to work with a joyful heart and work towards whatever my tasks are as if I'm working for the Lord and not just working for man. I just figured that if anybody else needed that reminder that all we can really do is rejoice in the work that we have ahead of us, that's something we should start doing if we aren't doing it already. Today's video is going to be my personal autumn fall TBR, which stands for To Be Read if you're new to the book side of YouTube, and also my just book recommendations for more fall autumn time that I'm not reading this year but that I would recommend to you guys. So to to start off, my first book on my autumn TBR is a nonfiction, and it's called The Complete Guide to Christian Denominations. I started this book like probably 2 years ago now, and I have not finished it because I've been in school. And when I'm in school, I have absolutely no motivation to do any type of like more technical reading, which this book is definitely that. It has each denomination and the sub-denominations within that denomination and breaks them down by their beliefs, and then also includes at the end of each one like a link to their website so that if you want to read more on them, you can. And I think it's really cool, but just, yeah, I have not had any motivation to read it, so I'm hoping to finish it this fall. And then next on my TBR is several Daily Grace Bible studies and just resources. This one is the Fix Your Focus 52-week guide to help you put God first. And obviously, being a 52-week guide, I will not be finishing it this fall. But I'm really enjoying it so far. Each week starts out with a journal prompt and then some prayer prompts, and has first a scripture meditation for the week, a gratitude journal for the week. They have different spiritual growth like actions they want you to practice each week, and each week it varies. Ideas for a weekly checklist as far as like spiritual growth things go. And yeah, I'm really enjoying it so far, so I'll be continuing this fall. And then I am going to be wrapping up the Hymns Bible study, I guess. It's not really, it's a Bible study, but like it's talking about a lot of different hymns and the authors that, or I guess the composers, musicians, I don't know what you want to call them, but the people that wrote them. And yeah, I'm really enjoying them so far. I'm most of the way done with the first one, and then I will dive into the second one. Now, I'm just gonna say now, my like fiction TBR is a lot of nostalgic books. So I'm gonna start out with this one, which this is a series, and I think this is like the third and fourth book in the series, but I have this one because this was the one our library sale. And it's set at a summer camp, but it is a summer camp for supernaturals. And so because of that, like in my mind, it's more of a fall read. And I need to get, like I said, this isn't the first or second books, so I need to get those still, but my husband and I made a deal where I can only buy new books if I read other books first. So right now I think I can get 2 books. So yeah, but there's 5 books in this series, and I read this one in high school. But I don't really remember what happened. It's, like I said, it's a summer camp for supernaturals, and there's romance, but that's pretty much all I remember. So with that said, this one might have some language in it. I'm not sure because it's been a while since I read it, and when I read it, like that didn't really bother me as much as it does now, so bear that in mind if you're interested in that series. This series is another nostalgic one. This is the Gallagher Girls series. So it is a 4-book series, and it is one that I read in middle school, and I loved it then. So I'm really hoping that like it aged well for me. This is another one that I got at the library sale because I saw it and I was like, ooh, childhood. And so this series is it's about, like I said, it's girls at an all-girls boarding school that they are all spies. So it's got mystery, it's got romance. It's just like, I know it's a cozy fall read, so I'm looking forward to diving back into this world. And this series, I'm really embarrassed to admit that I haven't read yet, but this fall I am hoping to read the Harry Potter series. This is the first one. My mom and I watched the movies every year growing up, and like that was our fall tradition, but I've never actually read the books. Now that I'm an adult, like I feel like I don't have an excuse, especially now that I'm graduated, so this is going to be one of the series that's like top priority for my fall TBR this year. This one isn't necessarily a fall book per se, but it's another Daily Grace Bible study that I just finished, and I really enjoyed it. It's the Meditations for Seasons of Waiting. Even if you're not in a season of waiting, I really enjoyed this because it has like, it's a good reminder throughout the day to meditate on scripture, and like so each day it starts out with the verse, and then it has morning, midday, and evening reflection questions, and I really enjoyed that, so I would recommend. The series that I would recommend is the Glenbrook series by Robin Jones Gunn, and this series is set in the fictional town of Glenbrook, Oregon, and it's not necessarily set in like fall. The first book like is late summer, early fall, so I guess like this is the first one. I guess that's technically like an autumn setting, but That said, it's just because it's set in Oregon, like it's got the cozy, like it's raining vibes and just, I don't know, it makes me happy. So this is also a Christian author, and this is definitely like a Christian romance series. So it's pretty cheesy, but like I like those, so I'm totally fine with it. And this series is nice because it is an 8-book series, but each book focuses on a different main character, and then the storylines of the earlier books continue on like as subplots in the series. But yeah, so I'd recommend this one. Other fall, like in my mind, fall autumn books that I would recommend, and this is definitely a genre transition, is 1984 and Animal Farm by George Orwell. I love Orwell's writing. My husband hates it, so like bear that in mind. It's definitely like, it's dark, but I love that type of stuff, so like I'm fine with it. That's a lie. I'm not good at like dark, but like I don't know. I have a special place in my heart for Orwell. So 1984 and Animal Farm, as well as, I want to say it's Ray Bradbury that wrote Fahrenheit 451, but in my mind that's also another great like autumn fall read, because like, again, it's kind of dark, as bad as that sounds. I'm definitely a seasonal reader. I like reading more like mystery and dark and gloomy and like fall, winter. But then also in winter I need some like happy stuff, otherwise I just get depressed. But anyways, I hope that you guys enjoyed this little like fall TBR and also just some book recommendations. If you guys have any book recommendations, please feel free to let me know down below. And if you've read any of these, please feel free to let me know, because I'd be interested to see what your thoughts are. I hope that you guys enjoyed this vlog today, and I hope that you guys enjoyed this little like book portion. I will see you guys in next week's video, and I hope that you guys have a great rest of your night or morning or whenever this goes up. Bye guys.